Okay, so yesterday we talked about the basically what is a polynomial and how do you find the degree. What we're going to do today is talk about the standard form of polynomials when you're writing them. Standard form basically means we're going to put each term in the polynomial. We're going to put each term in order from the greatest degree to the least degree. So from the greatest to least degree. Now we talked yesterday about how to find the degree. So basically if I had standard form is going to be, we have 4x to the third minus 5x squared plus 2x plus 7. So you see how we have a degree of 3, a degree of 2, a degree of 1, 0. From the greatest degree to the least degree. Something else that you should note is when you figure out which one is your greatest degree, you put that one in front, then this coefficient here of the term with the greatest degree, that coefficient is called the leading coefficient. So in standard form, they should always be from the greatest degree to the least degree, and the coefficient of the first term now in standard form is called the leading coefficient. Okay, once you put it in standard form, now we're going to talk about what it means to add and subtract polynomials from each other. Finally getting into what our lesson is about, now that we know what polynomials are and how to use them. Okay, so adding polynomials, I'm going to make a chart to explain it. When we're adding polynomials, our first step is we're going to align like terms in columns. So as we go, I'm going to do examples. So suppose I had something that looks really complicated, but doesn't have to be, 2x plus 5x minus 7 plus 3 minus 4x squared plus 6x. Okay, a lot of numbers, but the first thing we're going to do is we're going to align our like terms over each other. So we're going to do 2x squared, right? Now we're going to find which term has the same degree as 2x squared. That's going to be this one, negative 4x squared. Same here, plus 5x minus 7. We'll go ahead and write this one. Match 5x with 6x minus 7 plus 3. Right, so we've aligned them over each other. And then we're just going to combine our like terms. Just like you would any other addition problem. So we're adding all of these together. Positive 2x squared minus 4x squared is going to be negative 2x squared, right? And then when we have 5x plus 6x, it's going to be 11x. Negative 7 plus 3 is going to be, oops, not positive 4, negative 4. Why wouldn't I multiply this times this? because we're adding. So we're basically taking this polynomial and adding it to this polynomial. We'll get to multiplying and dividing later on in the chapter, but for now we're keeping it simple. Basically what we're learning here is to add a polynomial to another polynomial, we can only add ones if they have the same degrees, because you can't say x squared plus x if you don't know what x is. We're keeping our similar terms together. We're basically just combining these two polynomials into one. So the important thing to know is that you keep them lined up with each other. Okay, so this is adding. Subtracting is pretty similar, but not quite the same. So I'm still going to align my like terms in columns, but instead of adding the terms together, I'm going to subtract them. But I'll do an example. Oh, let me write subtraction here so it's not confusing. Yeah, when I'm subtracting, we still need to line up our terms. But this time we're subtracting instead of adding. So if I had 3 minus 2x plus 2x squared minus 4x minus 5 plus 3x squared. So I'm taking one polynomial and I'm subtracting this whole thing, right? Not just subtracting one part of it, I'm subtracting the whole thing. So first things first, let's line them up in columns. So we're going to have, if I just write this one, 3 is going to be a positive 3 minus 2x and then a plus 2x squared. Now we're going to take the ones that match. So 4x is going to go with, it's a positive 4x, a minus 5, and a positive 3x squared. See, I lined it all up and I kept our signs with the correct term. But this time, instead of adding them all together, I'm subtracting. So I'm not going to do 3 plus negative 5, I'm going to do 3 minus negative 5. What happens when I do minus a negative is it's going to be a positive. So this is basically like saying 3 plus 5, which will give us 8. Here we have negative 2x and positive 4x, but we're subtracting. So I'm going to go negative 2x minus positive 4x. So it's going to be negative 6x, because negative 2 minus 4 will be negative 6. 2x squared minus 3x squared is going to be just 1, right? 2 minus 3 will give us 1. But this isn't how we're going to leave it, because we want to leave it in standard form. To leave it in standard form, I have to put it in order from the greatest degree to the least degree. So to figure out which one has the greatest degree, this one has 0, 1, and 2, right? I'm going to rewrite it as negative x squared minus 6x plus 8. And then I'm done. So that's how you add and subtract polynomials. Align your like terms and either add or subtract based on what it's asking.